Hello, everyone. It's Yogi here. I hope you're well. Happy Saturday, guys. Yes, it's about 25 minutes, 20 minutes to 9 o'clock in the UK time. And I hope you're been having a lovely Sunday. Maybe for some of you, it's already Monday. And wherever you are, I hope you're having a great time and ready for a spot of stitching with Yogi here. Okay, so yes, this piece is called sleep time. Okay, but this is not sleep time for you yet, and because you're here to stitch with me. Okay, so this is a piece by Ciro Marchetti, and one of our favorite artists here. And this piece is gorgeous. Let me show you what it looks like. Are you ready? Here you go. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. That blue, nice sky, and that tree house, the red, rooftop, and big mushrooms as well, magic mushrooms, and the sleeping creatures in the forest. And this is just a dream piece. I fell in love with this piece when I saw it, and I think I saw Busy Mum stitching the quick stitch version, and I went to have a look on Heaven and Earth. So this is a pattern from Heaven and Earth, and found a full size. And not only that, I went for the full size, I went for the supersize full size. So this is a supersize max color version, and this is my first max supersize project. And to be honest, I'm finding it really really lovely to stitch, not too confetti at this point. Okay, and so this piece I started with a few of you together during our New Year marathon, guys. Particularly for the new joiners, okay? If you have not watched our epic marathons, there's a playlist that you can find on the channel. And for the New Year marathon, I think we did 11 hours. I know, we did it. We did it. And we did countdown for different time zones as well. So go have a watch. So I started pretty much the first day of the year. And let me show you my app here. And this is where I am, okay? A humble start, but this is a supersized project. So I'm very patient, and every stitch I'm enjoying so much at the moment. This piece has asked me specifically to stitch a certain way. So I'm stitching with color flow. And if you don't know what it is, I'll explain a little bit more later, and you get to see me stitching anyway. So look at this. This is so big. This is so big. I'm trying to zoom out with difficulty because it's just massive, massive. Okay, can you see? I've got that little corner on the upper right there. So this is the upper right side start. And for good reasons, because let me show you. On the upper right there is a little creature waiting for me. Okay, so I started from the sort of green leaves there and a little bit of blue sky, and I'm hoping to get to this little squirrel. I think he's nodding off on a tree here at some point, hopefully not too far in the future. And I'm pretty close actually. I could get to the little tail bit anytime now. So this is where I am, and let me show you the numbers. Okay, as usual, I'm going to hide the stitch count from last session. I don't want to give you any idea. So yes, current progress, okay, 0.42. So under 0.5, hopefully I'll cross over sometime soon. I'm very patient. It's the quality of the journey, not the speed for me. You know it by now. Just refer to the channel name, okay? And the number of colors for this piece is 235, which is one color short of the max 240 for Heaven and Earth. And I'm going to start a new counter here, a sprint, and this is going to capture all my stitches. And at the end of this session, I am going to share with you how many stitches I managed to stitch with you. Okay, So let's come back here, and I want to say hello to all of you. Welcome and happy Sunday. Yesterday we had a great time. We had a double stream yesterday, and I did a demo of how to start and end threads, and it was really, really useful, hopefully for you, but definitely for me. And if you missed it, and you can go back to watch the archive. It's under the live session. Okay, so let's have a look. Clara says, hello, happiest of Sundays, everyone. Yes, every moment is precious. And yes, very, very happy stitching and very, very happy Sunday to you, Clara, and all of you. I know, so walk away as well. Hello, happy stitching Sunday. Absolutely, yes, welcome. And Bess from New Zealand as well. And yes, in New Zealand, this is Monday already, isn't it? Monday morning. So Bess is reporting from work club. No problem, we're here with you, okay? I'll try to keep my voice low so the boss will not hear unless you're the boss. And it's quite okay. And so great to have you. And we also have Serena as well. And Serena says, I'll be watching the replays the next 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Okay, yes, Serena normally has very early start as well, so it's going to be quite challenging, but Serena, you can do it, and do not worry, and replays will keep you company, okay? And I hope to see you on live session soon, but you're right here, so wonderful. And Marsha is here as well. Hello, my darling. And Susan Barnes as well. Susan is stitching this piece with me. Good girl, yes, I'm feeling so much better already. And Guy Lane is here as well, and Mandy Moran, and Angelique is in the chat as well, and Grace as well. We have this is Grace D5N. Yes, if you have a human name, you can share with me. I know we have multiple Grace. That's the thing. So I like to tell them apart. And Suzanne is also here as well. And oh, Suzanne is going to bed. Thank you so much for saying hello. And we're sending you to bed with love and sweet dreams. And I'll catch you on the stream here soon. And oh, who's this? Mila. Mila is at the work club as well. Yes, sending love to you. And yes. We'll keep you company. And Nikki as well. Hello, big hand. Nikki. All right then. Yes. Beautiful hand. Nikki. Hello. You have to watch yesterday's live stream to know what's going on here. And Samantha as well. Welcome back. And let's have a look. Yes. Hello. Maybe our new friend here. Okay, I think that's Russian, I'm guessing. And welcome to the chat. And Love Drunk is also here. Welcome. And Linny as well. And Lynn, hello. And Natty is also here, beautiful Natty. And Sidri as well. And can't think of anything better, a better name. Hello, welcome back. Nikki, yes. Nikki's got very beautiful hands, okay? And not big at all, not big, not huge, okay? Just saying. So here, troublemaker, I know. Let me zoom in a little bit, okay? So you can see my progress here. So I started from upper right, and this is 25 counts, by the way, 25 counts DMC fabric, really lovely to stitch, non-gridded. So I'm gridding myself bit by bit. And I've been stitching, following Gemma's method, color flow. So color flow is one of Gemma's stitching methods, and you may have seen me stitching Gemma's original method. But color flow, I think I love it even more. I love both. And this piece, for some reason, just screaming for me to stitch this way. This piece and vintage toy, for some reason. And I follow my whip's guidance, okay? If my whip want me to stitch a certain way, I do it. And normally, it flows a lot better when you do not fight it. And so this is where I am. So I've done the leaves, beautiful leaves here. The definition is really, really good with supersized. This is my first supersize, okay. And over here, I've got a little bit of a nice sky here and down with the tree trunks. And I think not going to take long for me to get to the squirrel. I think it's somewhere around here. somewhere around here. So I am going to just run along the edges here and stitch, you know, whichever way that makes sense. So let me know what you're working on with me today. And yeah, let's get into it. I cannot wait. You know, even though it's only been a day, I miss it. I really miss it. And today I've had such a wonderful, wonderful day teaching as well. And Sundays and Saturdays are normally quite busy for me. And but it's just so rewarding, so rewarding. I constantly have to tell myself how lucky I am to be able to, you know, teach yoga and also stitch with you every day as well. My God, yes, I am so lucky. So I'm going to start with a color that's, you know, slightly, this area is not super confetti, down to the tree here can be slightly confetti. You can tell just by how many parts threads I've got. But this area is kind of relatively easygoing, so I'm going to start here. All right, and fill in a little bit of a background here as well. I cannot wait. This blue sky is so pretty as well. So here we go. I'm going to pick my first color, and I am going for 820. 820. And I think Susan Barnes is doing the Supersized with me as well. And how is it going, Susan? I love to see your whip. 820, 820. Here we go. All right. Yes, our new friend says, I'm from Russia. Unfortunately, I don't understand your language, but I'm very interested in watching your embroidery and the progress. Yes, I think, you know, stitching really transcends language. And, you know, on replay, you may be able to turn on auto translation. I don't know how good it is. Sometimes it's like a, you know, a laugh at a moment. And, but yes, you know, I watch a lot of stitchers from different parts of the world, particularly Japan as well. You don't need to know the language, really, because stitching is a form of communication. You can just tell and see, you know, how they stitch. It makes sense. Yes, so join us. Do not worry about the language. It will all make sense. And here we go. I'm going to start here from the top and start to kind of extend this line as well. So I'm not sort of doing strict diagonal at all with color flow. You don't need to do that. Only do it in a way that makes sense. So I really, really like this message. So 2 stitches here. Start to warm up these little hands. Oh, Grace Houston. Yes, I get confused because we get Grace. There's another Grace as well, but yes, because it's Grace gibberish, I cannot figure out. Of course, it's Grace Houston. Yes, we have multiple Graces. Now I know. You know, it's getting a little bit better now. I remember when a couple of months ago when YouTube decided to turn off human name for, you know, for your account, everybody's account. I really struggle because it took a while for me to kind of remember all the names, and suddenly it just turned into gibberish. So, but now I know. D-5-N-R-8-Z. That's Grace Houston. It's like a memory test, isn't it? And Tina, and yes, I'm not going to read out the entire handle. Okay, I'm gonna just follow my chair. Okay, Tina says welcome first of all, and how many whips you got going? I'm new, but I love watching you stitch. Tina, very good question. How many whips? The active one. that I have counted, okay, currently, and you can probably have a rough count on the channel. You probably get some idea, but I think it's roughly about 22 at the moment. You know, this year I've added a couple of new ones. You know, the Dimension, Maggie, the Mess Maker, and also this one is technically from this year as well, and also the bunny, bunny in the cake shop piece as well. So currently I think I've got 22, 23, something like that. So, and what are you stitching if you're new? And would love to know what you're working on. Lita, hello, welcome. Angelique says, today I'm continuing to work on my Cinderella princess dress from Brooks. I'm guessing that's the people who charted the pattern. And Angelique says, I'm glad the Yogi group is keeping me company. Yes, we keep each other company, you know, and this is what it's about. We learn from each other. And also it's inspiring and motivating when you watch someone stitching and having so much fun. You want to do it too, because some days, you know, I remember before I started the channel, there'll be days that I didn't feel like stitching. And I was frustrating because technically I could just go and do something else. But I really didn't want to. I wanted to, you know, enjoy stitching. But for some reason, I kind of just lost my motivations, you know, sometimes. But by watching other people stitching, and particularly with this group, is so lively and active as well. And we have the channel, we have the Facebook group as well. And so, you know, we keep each other company, really. And we're here almost every day, almost every day. So welcome. Susan Barnes says it's going really good with sleep time. Mine is on 20 counts. Yes, I remember. It's 20 counts larger, isn't it? And Max Color Supersized also finally got into some greens. Top left corner start, a lot of browns and blacks, I know. And yes, I you know, when I started, I was looking around to find the sort of, you know, good starting position. And at one point, I was very tempted to do a center top start. And that's where the tree house, the roof of the tree house is. And then I decided, okay, you know, maybe I want to get to a squirrel first. So I started from upper right. And also, you know, at that point, I knew I was going to stitch with color flow. And color flow for me at this point, I think it flows better when you flow from the corner. It doesn't have to be upper right. You could pick any corner from the bottom as well. But it's much better to flow from, you know, kind of from corners. Okay, so this one I part. And I'm going to pick the next one. I'm loving it so much already. These colors just solid and so vibrant as well. Okay, 796. 796. 796 is a blue as well. 796. 796. Oh, electric blue. Very, very pretty. I've got one here. Adri, hello. Oh, Adri, yes. Wonderful. Are you stitching today, Adri, or are you knitting? You allowed, okay. Good to see you. I hope you're doing great. And our friend from Russia says 12 o'clock at night. I'm also embroidering. And yes, are you doing full coverage? And if so, I'd love to know what piece, what project you're working on. Laura says, hello, a bit sick today, so probably going to lurk. Oh, what's happening to Laura? We'll keep you company, okay? Speedy recovery. And also, our friend from Russia, you probably recognize the app I'm using, right? It's Saga. It's from a Russia development dev team. And it's a great app. Great app. And Sidri says, backdoor entry knitting. I did my 300 stitches on Hey Sao Le Sun this afternoon. Well done. So you've done your homework. Now you can just, frolic and do whatever you want. Yes, knitting. I love knitting as well. I haven't done it for a little while, I have to admit. But before the full coverage rabbit hole, I was primarily a knitter, to be honest, and crochet as well. But things all changed since, So I'm literally just flowing with colors. So I'm quite, I'm taking a lot of liberty in terms of the direction and the shapes I'm building here. And this is the beauty of color flow. I don't have to force the stitches to turn into a block or maybe diagonal. I'm just doing what makes sense to me, looking at the pattern. So it's a very nuanced stitching method. And every stitcher might make very different decisions. I'm sure Gemma will probably do it differently. So I'm literally just flowing with the color here. Let me have a look. Let me actually park here. I don't want to wander too far. Oh, Nikki, are you sick as well? Oh, you're better now. Good, good, good. Okay, our Russian friend is called Ludmila. And sincere apologies if I butchered it, okay? This is what I do. I butcher our stitcher's name on a daily basis, so bear with me. Barbara, hello. Barbara says, good late afternoon from Ohio and avoiding Super Bowl. Oh, Super Bowl, is it football? I've heard about Super Bowl. I know Super Bowl halftime, but I have no idea, clueless about the sport itself. And Barbara says, I'm working on dimensions, Victorian houses. Lovely, yes. Every Wednesday, guys, if you don't know already, every Wednesday we have a dimensions saw together, okay? They have a lot of beautiful patterns. I'm working on Maggie, the mess maker. Quite a few of you are joining me as well. I'm so happy because that piece has a special place in my heart. And it's even now, even more special. Now I have company, I have you to stitch with me. And I cannot wait to see your whips. And the more I stitch with this method, color flow, the more kind of, relaxed I am, because in the beginning I was, a little bit more rigid in terms of how I approach it, because I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to kind of butcher the method. But now, gradually, as I'm doing the method more and more, I'm starting to understand the method and how I could kind of make it work for me. So it takes much less time for me to think about where to go next, I think intuitively I'm able to go, here, next. Just like Gemma's method as well. It just takes a little bit of, stitching to figure things out. 797. 797. Okay, we need a new strand. Seven, nice, 7. I think for live streams, I'm not aware there's a auto translation live. I think we replay, yes, you can have auto translation, but not when it's live. And Donna as well, is it Donna? Deisner says, hello from Germany, welcome. And Belinda is here as well, and Needles keep me busy. Hello, hello. Belinda says, slow burn to get to the squirrel. I know, I'm patient. I'll get to the squirrel. My squirrel is waiting for me. AG says, decided to want to draw drawing again. Very nice. I love drawing as well, Adri. I came from our background, so I used to draw. I've been drawing since I was a kid, since very, very young age. Here we go. Maybe I can zoom in just a tiny bit. Samantha says, I would rather stitch than watching Super Bowl. Super Bowl. I'm clueless. I'm clueless when it comes to sport, I have to say. I roughly know the tennis. You just, send the ball to each other and try to hit it with your racket. And that I know. And with football, or soccer type of sports, you just kick the ball into the gate or something, to the other side, or maybe your own side. I have no idea. Something like that. Basically, it's maybe just people fighting over a ball, really. Generally, a lot of sports, it's all about chasing after a ball. So the question will be, why? How about just give each other one ball each and just get it, over and done with. I think that would be so much easier. All right, 995. 995. It's a beautiful blue as well. There. Oh, I love this color. Look at this. Really, really pretty. Oh, Mandy. Mandy is asking, did anyone buy anything nice from the Hayes sale? Yes, yesterday we kind of, talked about that as well. I think, some of you actually went there and had a bit of a shopping spree. Walkaway says Yogi will settle any sports team rivalries with her method. Exactly. If you're fighting over something, just give it to everybody. If everybody has a ball, there's nothing to fight about. And we can all go home and do some stitching or something. Much better, isn't it? But if you think about it, majority of team sports are about fighting over something, normally a ball of some sort, isn't it? You know, any kind of team sports you can think of. It's always ball related. So the question is why? What's with the balls? Lovely. Michelle Fuller, hello. Welcome, my love. Michelle says, I've been lurking today, ready for Super Bowl party. There you go, Michelle. Have you heard my world peace solution? You know, do you like my solution? Can we just give each other, everybody a ball and get it done with? And maybe join Yogi for you know, a spot of stitching. That would be so much better. 798, because we don't fight over anything, you know. Everybody has a lot of their own webs. That's it. Beautiful. 798. 798. Adri say Yogi for captain. Exactly. Yogi for world peace. Okay? No more fighting over balls. Done. Adri say, what why Yogi pirates? Why pirates? Adri said, I want to bring you mindfulness in caps. Yes, I get it. I get it. So this area is quite confetti friendly. So it's very nice to stitch. And I love the colors as well. So strong, so vibrant. So color flow is essentially, I'm building stitches along the edges. So you probably notice there's no floating stitches, zero, no floating stitches. Everything's attached. And also there's no ninja stitches behind, no empty stitches behind. Everything, I'm just moving forward. Anything behind me is completed, which is the beauty of this method. Michelle says, I'm late to the party. No, not too late. We're just getting warmed up, okay? Right on time, right on time. Michelle says, I'm very competitive, so no trophy for everyone, just one. Interesting. Interesting. And Adri says, I just found my EPP. What's EPP? And you found your embroidery kit as well. That's good job. So you can join us. But I think it's probably part of the human thing to want to compete, right? So, you know, if you think about cats, and cats, they probably have to fight and protect themselves in a sort of wild situation if they're not sort of domesticated. But with house cats, they still fight. They simulate fighting, you know, with cat toys or with other cats. They play fight. So I think it's probably every creature's nature to want to compete and fight. And obviously, we don't fight for real, you know, unless it's kind of war situation or some sort of a conflict. But otherwise, we create kind of simulation for fighting. And it's very interesting that we need to do that, right? Whoops. See if I can zoom in even more. Oh, nice and big. EPP means English paper piercing. What is that? That doesn't help me. And Barbara says, my grandson plays hockey and they not only fight over the puck, but actually fight on the ice. Oh, I think it's quite dangerous, isn't it? Because they're sliding around with a stick, giant stick, and try to hit the ball. But sometimes you could slip or you could, you know, hit each other. Samantha loves hockey. Wow. It's not very popular here because it's a kind of winter sport, isn't it? Or somewhere that's kind of cold. So the Olympics that's happening right now is a winter Olympics, not the Olympics. Let me keep going over here. I love these colors. Hello, Auntie Crazy. Hello. And yes, Auntie says it's a much welcome distraction today. Yes, it's a place for you to relax and welcome. Cassie says, I'll be watching the Puppy Bowl. Super Bowl. I don't know what's involved. Puppies, I'm guessing. Lucky you. I love dogs as well. Okay, I'm going to just pop over here. In fact, maybe not. Let me just park it over here. Lynn says, Yogi, what is linen? Ada is a new fabric. Linen, Ada. Is there such a thing? So Ada is Ada, linen is linen. I'm not sure. Maybe some of you know the answer. Or do you mean my fabric here? Do you mean the fabric I'm stitching? If that's the case, this is 25 count even weave. It's not linen. And it's not Ada either. Puppy bowl. It's a thing, is it? Oh, it's for quilting, Walkaway says. Okay, yes, I remember now. Adri, there's a little bit of a quilting, don't you? And let me switch over here. And the great thing about doing this, all the stitches, just easing out, is that all your stitches are so flat and it's quite nice at the back as well. There's nothing lumpy because you're not taking your threads too far away. It's kind of your choice how far you want to take it. But most of the times you kind of just alternate the colors, switching colors as you go. And all the stitches just come out so nice and even. I love it. Hi, Lona. Great to see you, my love. Samantha says winter sports, snowboarding, skiing, ice skating, curling. Yes, curling is I wouldn't say it's popular, but you know, it sort of became a bit more known. I think a couple of Olympics ago, maybe the London one. I can't remember which year that was during COVID. And yes, I didn't know about curling until then because I kind of saw it for the first time. I couldn't believe it. I didn't know there was sports like that. But I like ice skating though. I think, you know, a lot of people probably like ice skating. Barbara, Eddie, I presume it's the puppy, is it? Eddie loves his hockey. Oh, right. Sidri says, is your saga display frozen? It could be. Let me move around. Yes, the display for some reason freezes from time to time. Let me see if I can fix it. Sometimes if I come over here and let me just load it one more time, sometimes it fixes it. Does it? No. Oh yeah, it does now. It's just kind of sluggish. I don't know. I don't know why it's like that. There's a kind of a delay when I make changes, which is a little bit annoying. Let me reload. How's that? I think it will probably be better. I think just, you know, it's probably just my very old computer. It's it's been pushed to the limit. Let me try again. Okay, and let me load it. All right. Okay, it's moving. Hopefully it'll behave a little bit. Yes, it's important for Sidre because, you know, she's watching every move Yogi makes, just in case I've made a wrong move. I know. Nothing escapes. The chat. I get it. So let me zoom in a little bit, see if it does. Yes, it does update. One and two. I know, Adri, everything's captured. I know, Nikki, oh dear. Nikki, not only Nikki's got big hands, she's got big eyes as well. Yes. The chat is watching. I know, I know. It's a tough crowd. It's a tough crowd. Samantha says, I was very productive yesterday and put over 500 stitches to my love letters chocolate shop. Yes, Samantha, remind me, what fabric count are you doing this piece from with? I've got a mini of this piece. Very, very pretty. I'm almost thinking about maybe, perhaps at some point, I can do maybe a full-size version because I really like it. And I'm happy with my, mini pieces, but it doesn't capture as much details as the full size, obviously. And also, I've been doing it with 10 stitches. I'm thinking maybe do a higher count version. I don't know yet. Oh, AJ, so you're now feeling creative and inspirational. I think it's because you got away from the things you don't enjoy anymore, You didn't enjoy the job. You had the courage to walk away. And now, you're free. So, now you're able to feel inspired again. So well done to you. All right. Let me just look at, yes, I'm going to keep going for a few more stitches around here. Ciro, at your service. Yes, I know, I know. One, two. And I'm drinking coffee today as well. I love to have a little sip. Let me know what power drinks you're drinking with your power stitching session. Every stitch is so enjoyable with this piece. I don't know, there's something about doing color flow. I feel the same with vintage toys as well. I'm stitching and with the same method. There's something about stitching in this method. It just feels so nice. I know I can just go and start to wander with cross country, but I don't want to for some reason with this piece. All right, let's have a sip of the coffee. Okay, Samantha is doing 16 counts with for the chocolate shop. Yes, it's going to be large. Yes, it must be tricky to find a 16 count for a full size like that. That's very nice. 16 counts is quite nice to stitch. Very similar to 14, to be honest. But it's lovely. Nikki says, I have the full-size love letters on 25 counts. Really? I've never seen your web on that one. Oh, Nikki's got so many projects. Guys, you can just randomly mention any pattern from anybody. Nikki's probably got it. Probably about at least 25% complete. Okay. You can just throw a name out there. Nikki will go, yeah, I've got it. And Nikki, I saw your 6 portals. Oh, so beautiful. You've gone a lot. You've done quite a lot for that piece. Gorgeous. It is quite pretty, actually. Very pretty. I bet it's very confetti. Heavy. 1, 2, 1, 2. One, two. Hang on. Where am I? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi, Susan. Welcome. Adri's having lavender tea. Very nice. It's a little bit, I don't think I've ever had lavender tea, but I've had chamomile tea. And it's supposed to help you to sleep. And it does. Seriously. I remember a couple of streams, I actually had chamomile tea when I was here stitching with you. And I was literally falling asleep. It was that effective. So I kind of go, well, maybe not chamomile tea when I'm streaming. I'll fall asleep. So relaxing. But I think lavender tea is probably similar. And Lizzie wants a Love Letters chocolate shop as well. Is Heaven and Earth still doing the sale, I wonder? Maybe now it's a good time. Nikki says, a lot of confetti, strange. I love the confetti. I think that piece, the way you do it, because you don't do crazy cross country with it. You're actually very measured. Your loose stitches are very close to the edges, and I think it's a great way of approaching that piece actually. You know, so you can see the pattern, the image developing a lot more, and it probably motivates you from going forward. Because sometimes I do enjoy a little bit of a, longer distance cross country, but it takes longer for you to see what's happening with the images. And sometimes you get kind of slightly impatient or lost because you don't know what you're stitching. It takes much longer to see that. So every piece is so different, isn't it? Oh, so the sales, Heaven and Earth sales is still going on. That's very nice. Here we go. I'm going to come back down here and start to fill in this area as well. So a little bit more color changes over here. I am going to take this one. It's already parked. Laura, is there Amy Stewart pattern that involves pizza? Is it what it is? Pizza and pocket change. And Nikki says, I don't care for pizza though. How about pizza with avocado on top? I think that sounds delicious. I have done it actually. Avocado on pizza. And just one stitch over there. I'm going to just move over and do that one stitch. I don't mind carrying the thread a little bit further as long as it's over on stitch area. So with this method, you never take your thread over any stitch area. So no floating stitches. Susan says, did you see the Library of Cats? Interesting. Yes, I did see the illustration. That's not a chart, right? Not yet. Someone posted the artwork, Library of Cats. I don't know if it's brand new or maybe I just never seen it before. Yes, I did see it, and it has not been charted. So I don't know what do you guys think about Library of Cats? It's on our Facebook group. I don't know who posted it, so thank you. Let's have a look. 3371. Because Library of Dogs has been out for a little bit, and we've been waiting for the cat version. 3371. Do they have a squirrel version, I wonder? 3371. But please, no seafood, okay? No Library of Seafood. We don't need it. 3371. Laura says, pizza and pocket change is mainly those quarter machines that you get little toys from. Quarter machines. Only one slice of pizza in a whole piece. Wow, just one slice of pizza. So it's pizza stitching. Oh, so Laura, my awesome collection is the name of the pattern as well, is it? Nikki says, I think after I do the new starts, I will be able to start minis from only minis from now on. I don't believe you, first of all. And also, by new starts, we're not talking about a couple of them. We're talking like a whole bunch. Like over 10 of them, I think. I don't think you're going to be happy with minis. And also some charts don't work so well with minis anyway, so. Barbara says, do not mention squirrels to me. They ate the wiring in my car to the tune of 13,000. Why were squirrels chewing your wiring? I mean, they only eat nuts and delicious foods. Why would they chew the wiring of your car? Very strange squirrel. Are you sure it's the squirrels? I think they're innocent. Okay, just one stitch here. So I'm just going with the shape of whatever I'm stitching here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 300. 300. No spooky bingo yet today. 300. It's a brown. Lizzie says, I've decided the cross-stitch project I purchased for the rest of the year will be either Amy Stewart or a partner, Lars Stewart. Interesting. Why? Well, if they come up with charts they just, you don't like. I'm not sure about his partner's style, actually. It's kind of similar to Amy Stewart, but even though Amy Stewart's got different styles, but the partners, I'm just not sure about the color choices, the color scheme. It kind of doesn't speak to me. And Betty Hankins says the water pump went out and the cost to get it replaced 4,000. Oh, why is that? What happened? Nikki says my Squid Lady's a mini. Is it a mini? Oh dear, so it's not full impact yet. Imagine supersize, max colors. Dear, oh dear. Barbara says, referring to squirrels, they love it. Apparently it's soy-based. The wiring is made with soy? What? Are they trying to eat it? How hungry are they? Maybe you just need to put out some delicious nuts for those squirrels, and they would take no interest of the wiring. Oh dear, poor squirrels. They're so hungry. They start eating cars. Here we go. Nikki says, I just got my Mill Hill cruise ship for my cruise. We're going on Friday. What does that mean? Mill Hill cruise ship. Is it like a thing? Like a heaven and earth cruise type of thing? Mill Hill. So it's a company, they do like beaded projects. And you're going on Friday. How long is the cruise, Nikki? You kept that quiet. Oh, was it Laura that posted the Library of Cats? Susan Barnes says, I may get a cat one in max color. I bet, yes, supersizing max colors will come out as well. Susan Barnes says, I'm using the Area 51 way. What's the Area 51 way to finish the stitches? Loving it so far. Area 51 way? It's like, you know, alien way. Are you talking about finishing method, Susan? I'd like to know how that's done. Hey, Janine. Good to see you. Is it very cold? Janine, you know, stay warm, okay? Stay warm. Area 51, exactly. I was wondering, do you mean May 51? just guessing. If you're talking about ending method, yes, I demonstrated May 51 as her stitching ending method. Area 51 is quite good, actually. Maybe it's a different method, Susan. You need to demo that, please. Maybe, you know, involve some sort of alien activity, some sort of power moves. Ninja stitch, literally just one. Really important stitch. It must be 934, 934. Grace Houston says, Yogi, did you see the last Stewart stitch I posted on Facebook? I thought it was outdoor view. Oh, yes. Outdoor view of the winter reading nook. Yes. Because you mentioned the other day there's a companion piece. Yes, I saw that. I saw that. So it was done by Amy Stewart's husband or partner, right? Yes, I saw that. Yes, there's some similarity, isn't it? The sky, the colors of the sky, the northern lights, and also the wooden cabin as well. I don't think it's directly sort of outside view of, you know, of that piece, but I can see the similarity. Yes, that, you know, in terms of atmosphere, the feel is very similar. So well spotted. I'm not sure if I have seen that piece before, but yes, I can see why you think it might be a companion piece. Even though the creatures for the outdoor piece is different, because the winter reading nook, the creatures outside, they're reindeer, aren't they? Whereas with the other piece, the outdoor piece, I think they're just deer. I don't know. I'm not an expert of wildlife, okay? You probably know by now, I'm a city girl. I can barely tell the difference between goats and sheep, okay? 934. 934. But yes, I can see the similarity. 400. 400. And have you got that piece? Are you stitching that piece? The outdoor version. So do you think Amy Stewart and husband, do you think they exchange notes to say, hey, I'm doing this piece. Maybe you can do one. That's kind of a twist of what I'm doing. Because there's styles that there's some overlap in terms of the type of artwork they produce. Clara, no, the cat chart is not released yet, but the artwork is out there. I think it may be new, I'm not sure, because Amy Stewart was working on it. So I think what's been posted in a group is the illustration, but not charted yet. Janine has the last Stewart's All Seasons flower shop. Yes, I'm aware of that piece. A lot of flowers. Okay, 780. Susan Barnes is not Area 51. I'm slightly disappointed. I was hoping there's some sort of new ending method that I wasn't aware of. It's called Area 51. Wow, Nikki's going on a Mill Hill bead kit ornament cruise. I didn't know there was such a thing. And how long is a cruise, Nikki? My goodness. So is it kind of a stitching retreat on a cruise ship? It's strangely popular, isn't it? You know, Heaven and Earth is doing one, multiple days. And Nikki's going on a Mill Hill one. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. There. One, two, three. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I missed a stitch. There. Wow, Nikki, 7 days. Really? Are you okay with cruise ship? You don't get seasick or anything, motion sickness? Wow, 7 days. I wouldn't dare going on a cruise ship. I'll probably be just throwing up non-stop. Roxy Wiles, Spooky Bingo, which color? Sorry, I only saw it now. I just see this now. I'm slightly behind. So well done, Roxy. The first Spooky Bingo goes to you. whatever color that was. Samantha says, I've seen a video last night where it talks about railroading, okay, stitches. Has anybody seen this done? Where they split the threads on 2 strands before finishing each legs. Yes. I've seen different methods. One, you can just do it with needles. So when you come back and stitch the second leg, you just use the needles to go in between 2 strands and complete the second leg. And that's supposed to keep the strands quite nice and even. I've tried it. It's doable, but it's kind of labor intensive. You have to remember doing that. And also, I've seen people using like a tool, like a little stick or something that they can just slide the threads on top to even the thread before stitching them. But normally I just use my one of my fingers, just run both threads over my finger and stitch. It's a little bit easier. But ultimately it's very labor intensive, you know. You have to really care about the threads being, you know, laid down nicely to keep that going. 731. Susan Barnes says, I think there's an owl and fox as well, and the deer on winter reading nook. So very similar to this one then. This one's got owl, it's got squirrels. There's no deer, but yes, these are popular creatures. Oh, so Grace, you've got the chart, but you haven't started it. Dear, dear, this one got caught. Don't know why. Here we go. Ginny says, I can't wait for the library of cats. I might even do supersize max color. Wow. Okay, so this one literally is the last stitch of this color here. Seven, three, one. Hey, Captain Squirrel. Good to see you. Nikki says, I'll be stitching on my Mill Hill kit on the cruise. I'm not Mill... Oh, it's not a Mill Hill cruise, but I'll be stitching it on the cruise. Okay, Nikki, so it's a regular cruise, okay? And you just bring the kit there as a project. I see. I thought it was a sort of stitching retreat. And where are you going with the cruise then, location-wise? 782. 782. And have you been on one the 7 days before? Are you okay with that? Let me pick this one first. All right, 7:30. 7:30. Let me switch back. 7:30. I know all my threads are getting slightly unruly now. It was so tidy for a little while. Hey, Sola. Sola says, hi, Yogi. The notification on my phone seems to be all or nothing. I can't choose just YouTube, and my phone wakes me all hours. Had to turn off. Yes, I understand. I think you can just turn on a particular channel. I think you can do that. So there are options. But yes, I totally understand it. Or maybe you can turn the sound off, the notification sound off. So, at least they'll show you the notification on the screen without the sound. I know, they don't make it easy. But good to see you. Hey, Gayla, hello. Oh, so Diana's referring to railroading. Yes, there's kind of a tool that you can do, but you can use anything that's kind of like a stick, quite round, and you can just run your threads on top of it. But yes, but it's a lot of work. I tried it out of curiosity when I was stitching, maybe 14 counts, because it's more visible if the stitches are not lining up very well. And then, yes, it was just too much work. So occasionally I just use, if I ever sort of get bothered by that, I just use my finger. Just run the thread over the finger. Let me just zoom in a little bit more, so you can spot my mistakes. Okay, 7:30. Nikki says, I'll have Wi-Fi, but not sure if I can stream. I'll miss you guys trying to figure out what other projects to take. Yes, Nikki, how about 6 portals? You'll probably need a big bag for that one. Yes, we're going to miss you. When are you going on the cruise then? Here we go, 782. Oh, there's a nice blob of the same color. That's refreshing. 782. It's kind of a golden brown color. Janine says my 7-day cruise is in April. Haven't decided which project to bring yet, but definitely bring one. Yes, Janine is going on cruise as well. It's quite popular for some reason. But 7 days are quite a commitment, isn't it? If you don't like it, or if you get sick, you're seasick, you're stuck for 7 days. Oh, Nikki says we're cruisers. Oh, there you go. Nikki's a cruiser, okay? No motion sickness. Oh, aliens. Well, that's okay. If you know you're going to be okay, then that's fantastic. I mean, it's a little bit risky with Janine though. Janine has never done it before. 7 days is a long time. Two. Hi, Maddie. Maddie Cross Stitch is here. Lynn says, Yogi, the lady who stitches fast. Oh, a Kamari. Lady who stitches fast. Yes, Kamari. Her thread stitches fast. Her threads don't get tangled. The cotton goes through the fabric so fast. Oh, so yes, you've been watching Kamari. She started traveling library. And it's just astonishing because she literally, I think, I watched the first live stream of that project yesterday, and today when I had a sneaky peek of the second one, she's done like over 2,000 stitches. I don't know how it happened because she only streamed a little bit, and I saw her doing a little blob there, and when she came back the next day, she's got a whole strip done. This lady is not normal, okay? And she's doing a supersize max color traveling library. I don't know. I think she stitches in her sleep because how do you even come up with that many stitches overnight? Literally. So Nikki's got 12 new starts this year. I was thinking maybe even more. So Nikki is the one you're going really, really big cruise ships because some of them are bigger than others. Because I have no idea. Maybe bigger ones, you'll probably have an easier time with motion sickness or seasickness. I don't know. So I started a traveling library back in October, I think, beginning of October. So I'm 5 months ahead of Kamari, and but I think she's gonna just finish the project at least 20 years ahead of me. She can probably get it done in a year or two. And it's interesting because I think for some reason she probably couldn't get into the Mushroom Village for some reason, because she started the Mushroom Village around the same time I started Winter Reading Note, because both patterns came out around the same time, and she's quite a sort of single-minded, monogamous stitcher. But with that piece, for some reason, because for a while I just saw her switching to another project, and I'm pretty sure she had not finished the village piece. And for some reason, now she's switching to a new project again. She has not finished the mushroom piece, mushroom village piece. So maybe she just needs a little bit of I don't know which one's side dish now. So it's quite interesting because she used to, with Once Upon a Fairy Tale, she finished the Supersized. She stitched that piece alone. You know, the only project that I ever seen her stitching for over 2 years. Just one single project. Ah, Frag, hello. Is it a Frigid? I do my best. And Frigid says, Kamari has a clone stitcher. Ah, that's it. Now we've solved the mystery. Here you go. This is insider information. I bet this is, are you the clone? Is that why you know? Wouldn't surprise me. She probably has several, you know, like alter egos. And they're kind of just stitching when she's not. When she's streaming, she actually has someone else stitching at the same time. And when she goes to sleep, she will hand it over to another person. Another Kamari. That's why. That makes perfect sense. Because literally, you know, she live streams. So I saw her starting the project literally in front of my eyes. And the next day when she came back, she's got like a whole strip, whole area done already. What is happening? Captain Squirrel says maybe she UFO'd it. Yeah, she's just gone quite far with that piece as well. I don't know about percentage, but you know, fair bit. But for some reason, she just couldn't settle into that one, which is very unusual for her. Maybe it happens. Even it happens to even aliens, which is good to know. You know, we just need side dishes. Like you know, we need changes. Walkaway says Kamari went back to work on Mother Goose piece too. I'm trying to recall, maybe a while ago, right? Because when I found her, she was in the middle of Once Upon a Fairy Tale, and I literally just followed her till she finished the piece. And she never changed projects, never changed anything, no changing of stitching method. And just day in, day out, stitching that piece. Frankie. Hello, Frankie. Let me find Frankie here. Frankie, say hello to Frankie. Frankie says, I'm new here. Just picked up cross stitch in December after 30 years break. 30 years, well done. We haven't had floss tube back then. 30 years ago, I'm trying to think. 2006, 2026 now. So we're talking about 1995, 6. Yes, I presume probably YouTube wasn't even around then. I don't know how long YouTube has been around, maybe 20 years. Yes, welcome back, Frankie. And what are you stitching nowadays? Have you picked up sort of new projects? Yes, come join us. Janine says, I couldn't do just one project. I would just get too bored. Yes, Janine, you're perfectly normal. Just like Yogi. We're normal. We get bored. But not aliens, okay? And Tracy Parker is here in the chat as well. Says, hello, everyone. Kamari finished Girl with Flowers before she started the mushrooms. Such a beautiful piece. I bought the pattern. No, I think Tracy, she started the mushroom piece around the same time I started Winter Reading Nook, because I remember, she saw the pattern. So I went to have a look and I discovered Winter Reading Nook, and she went for the mushroom piece and she started it then, I think. Maybe not immediately, but she did. And then she parked the village, the mushroom piece, and stitched the Flower Girl. So Flower Girl already, it was, one of the first side dishes or main dishes. I don't know which is the main. Because for some reason she wanted to take a break of the mushroom piece, and then she went back to the mushroom piece, stitched for a little bit, and lo and behold, she started traveling library. So for some reason she just couldn't settle into the mushroom project. And she also doubled a little bit of the stitching kit as well. Didn't go very far. I don't know. I don't know whether it was just for affiliation. I don't think she's taking those stitching, stamp kits too seriously. I don't know. Fridget says, Kamari loved Once Upon a Fairy Tale. Well, in some way, Once Upon a Fairy Tale, in terms of style, is not that different. It's kind of quite similar to the mushroom one, isn't it? Because within Amy Stewart's style, she's got many, many styles. There's one kind of fairy fantasy-based, and a lot of colors, technique colors. And I think Once Upon a Fairy Tale is one of them. And also the mushroom is kind of similar as well. And also butterfly is a grand butterfly ball or whatever. Kind of similar in style. So you would have thought if she liked Once Upon a Fairy Tale, she should get on quite well. But who knows? I mean, sometimes if you're not feeling a certain piece, just park it. Who cares, $5.50 purple. Three purple stitches. Hi, Joyce. And Heather is here as well, Turtle Stitcher. And she says, Heather says she has a robot stitcher who takes over while she sleeps. I'm pretty convinced it's got to be the case, because I saw her 2 days in a row, literally, the first stream, she did a little bit, maybe just 2-3 blocks. And then the next day when she came back, you know, she's got like a whole area done already. What was she doing when she was not streaming? Seriously, I'm slightly scared. How many clones does she has? Okay, Kumar is watching this channel, okay? And our best behavior. Kumari, I'm sure you don't have clones, okay? It's just vicious rumor. I'm pretty sure it's not true. Oh, squirrel. Squirrel and turtle, they meet again. So moving. Captain Squirrel says, do you know if you're streaming tomorrow? Do you mean me or Kamari? If it's Kamari, you have to ask Kamari. With me, yes, Monday. Monday I do, yes. Hopefully, if there's no emergency cover that I have to do, I'm here. Walkaway says, I love looking at the video where Kamari shows all her finishes. She actually builds her own frames too. I know, she's so handy. You know, when I first discovered her, now she's using those, I think those metal frames. But in the beginning, when I discovered her, she has videos on how to build her own frames and, her own system. And she's still doing, creating her own organization sort of system that's maybe not so accessible with everyone because it requires a lot of work. Okay, I like it easy, so I never really tried her methods, but she's got some very unique way of sorting, organizing her threads. I know she's very, very creative, very unique. There you go, 550. Going back. Spooky bingo. 550. Yay! Goes to Heather, the turtle stitcher. Well done. 550 is a beautiful bingo. It's purple. Diana says, that sounds like Gemma stitching her peacock piece week after week. I know. And for some reason, I'm drawn to stitches like that because they're so different for me. So I love Gemma as well. And I love Kamari as well. And they were very, very original stitches. And stitching masterpieces as well. I do appreciate her creativity. Yes, Heather says, I'm back after about 15 years. Floss tube is part of what has brought me back to stitching, especially Yogi streams and community here. I know, it's so encouraging and so inspiring because, watching you guys stitching your pieces makes me want to, come back to my pieces as well. And also, I've discovered so many patterns. This one, for instance, I discovered through a busy mom as well. And I'm sure, it happens every day. We just look at what other people stitching and we go, whoa, I like a bit of that as well. And before you know it, we end up with 20 whips or something like that. If you're not there yet, you will. 801. 801. Samantha says the one thing I don't like about Dimensions kits is the threads are not very vibrant as DMC. Oh, do you think? I think the texture of DMC threads, I didn't know actually, because for years I thought they were using DMC floss, but it turned out I only discovered recently. Apparently they've got their own threads. And come to think of it, yes, the threads they do feel a little bit different. But then I had no idea back then because I had nothing to compare with. Here we go, A01 going back. And by going back, I mean my needle board. Frankie says, I have 301s poured out and then discover hate and large full coverage pieces down the rabbit hole. Welcome to the rabbit hole, Frankie. And we're right here with you. we're still in here. I fell in the rabbit hole maybe about 3 years ago, maybe over 3 years ago. I'm still here. There's no way out. It's a Hotel California. Once you enter, you can't leave. All right, let me switch to a different color here. All right then, 3852, 3852. Clara says, does Kamari respond to people's comment left on her videos? Yes, I left a comment a while back, and she replied, and she said, you know, she was watching our channel as well. She watches us, so she does, yes. And I wrote in English as well. She had no problem responding. She responded in English as well. Susan says several Trevors. Well, I doubt very much it's Trevor's. Trevor's useless. Trevor's can't even load dishes in the dishwasher, let alone stitching. Hey, Brittany. Brittany says, hi, everyone. I have a new start today. Amy Stewart is Supersized Sanctuary of Stitching Sao exclusive. Brittany, am I correct? I thought you have a new start. 2026. Was that you or maybe someone else? Have you broken your rules? Yes, that is the Sao piece, isn't it? The mystery chart from the Heaven and Earth Sao. Let me just pull this little fluff off. Stuck right here. Supersize, eh? And where are you starting with that piece? Because I'm just thinking, quite a lot of flooring to stitch, and also ceiling, walls as well at the back, beige wall. Captain says, I'm asking because it's my birthday tomorrow, Captain. In that case, I'm definitely coming back. If anybody's asking me to do an emergency, cover, I just tell them to go away. We're back here, guys. Tomorrow is Captain Squirrel's birthday. Okay, we're here with some cakes, okay, and whatever else. And we're here to celebrate, okay, Captain? It's a date between you and us. No, save the happy birthday for tomorrow. It's tomorrow, guys. And remember to bring homemade cakes. Maddie says, is Komari here on YouTube? What do you mean? She's got, yes, she's got YouTube channel. She's got a YouTube channel. She's changed the channel name, so I can't remember what it is. But her handle is Komari Hade something. I'll see you tomorrow, Captain. Lizzie says, I wish I could be monogamous, but I get easily distracted by the new projects. But sure, can be cured by time. Why do you want to be monogamous, though? There's no need. Well, if you're just naturally monogamous, maybe like Komari or Gemma, they're just happy stitching one, then fine. But, if you have to fight it, then why do you need to do that? No need for that. Just stitch what you want. Okay. Let's have a look. 782. We need a new strand. 782. Is it chocolate time? Oh yes, indeed. Yes, guys, you're keeping me on track, okay? Yes, it's chocolate time. Let me just thread this over. 782. Oh no, this is not correct. 782. Let me just 782. No, not this one. Yes, it's chocolate time. I'm dying for a sip of my coffee as well. Yes, let's take a little break. And here we go. Oh, look at this. So now I know what I'm stitching. I've been stitching. It's like another golden color leaf. Very nice. Oh, where's my coffee? It's really pretty, isn't it? Because for a while, I felt like I was just stitching random leaves. And then the tree started to appear. And now it's starting to make sense. And now I can see that's the blue, nice sky as well. And a few more leaves here. Really, really pretty. Frankie says, so far, I like to spend one day on the project and then switch. Yes, same here. I'm kind of a one whip a day girl. I'm quite happy that way. And for instance, when I started this piece and also the vintage toy as well, if you look at my archive there, I was dying to stitch them, these two pieces every day. And and also I started to experiment with color flow as well. And but I try to resist it. And I think that's good because I just nose dived in and started to stitch these pieces every day. I probably just get sick of it and learn from the past experience. I'm just happy switching around because every time I, stitch any given piece, I'm so enjoying it so much because it feels fresh. I haven't stitched this for like last 3 weeks or something every day. Walkaway says Kamari used to not talk on her channel and would put little smile post-it notes says hi. Oh, I've seen those. I thought she did a little bit of both. She would talk to the chat somehow, but sometimes she would draw. She's really good with doodling as well. I think she draws a lot, and so she would put a post-it note and draw a little smiley on it. I've seen those, yes, and say hi and stuff like that. I know she's so original. Samantha says, I bought some Dubai chocolates today. Chocolate time, absolutely. What is Dubai chocolate like? Is it a brand or literally from Dubai? And, unfortunately, my chocolate button is in a slightly sorry state, okay? This is the last bit. I don't know what happened to my wrapper here. And here we go. I've got some broken pieces here. So this pack, for some reason, came like this. Most buttons are broken. So here we go. Oh, my sorry little button fragments. Okay, cheers. It still tastes good. And it goes so well with the coffee as well. Janine says, I do 1,000 stitches in the project, then switch. Janine, is that what you're doing? I had no idea. 1,000 stitches would take Yogi about 4 sessions or 5 sessions. It depends. Maybe more. Oh, well, it's better you than me, Janine. Hey, busy mom. And busy mom says, hello, just got home from stitching with my friends. How lovely. Yes, busy mom have stitchy friends. In person friends. Oh no, Brittany. Maybe I got mixed up. Or maybe it was Natty. Maybe it was Natty. Natty says that there'll be no new starts. I think she's going to break it very, very soon. I would never ever say that because it's probably going to last for about 5 minutes. Frankie says, where do you get a fabric for a supersized piece? Are you referring to my piece? This is 25 counts and I got it from my vendor on Etsy. The vendor is UK based and I buy pretty much all my fabric recently from the same vendor. So Brittany says, I went with Supersized for details. I'm starting top right, okay, and stitching on ungridded. 36 counts, even with, are you doing full cross or a tent? I bet you're doing full cross. 36 counts? Brittany, I love to see it. Yes, because even 32 counts, I tried to stitch full cross, wasn't flowing. It just wasn't happening. So I don't know how you do it, Brittany. Yes, Nikki, Yogi fabric dealer. Yes, indeed. And they're really good, actually. They're really good. Hey, Kelly. Welcome. Oh, so Kelly's watching the game as well. What game? Is it Super Bowl? Nikki says I'll get bored with monogamous stitching. Probably sick of it. I think that's why I took long breaks. Never finished. Long my stitching. I lost my stitching bug back in the days. Way more, way before full coverage. I think it's only for most people and me as well. You know, I told you the story about my Gecko Rouge project when I first got it. And I was so keen on stitching it. I just, you know, I pretty much, at that time, I didn't have many projects. I probably have one more. But when I got the Gecko Rouge project, I just went, you know, full on. Just went in 6 months, pretty much every day. I'm pretty sure, at least 6 months. And I got so sick of it. And I didn't realize how sick I was getting until one day, literally, because I was, you know, as you're stitching, you start to get into kind of slightly sticky kind of situation. There are areas maybe it doesn't flow as much, quite confetti or whatever reason, or you're just not interested in that part of the pattern, and but you force yourself to go in, or you know, at least I did, because I felt like I wanted to make progress with that piece, and I just burned myself out, and I couldn't look at that project for at least a few months, and yes, so I learned from that, you know, that experience. It's just no fun because this is not a job, you know, and I want to just do it in a way that flows and makes me happy. If I'm not happy, I'm not touching it. Yes, Heather, you're quite right. The wisdom from Heather, okay? The broken ones, referring to my buttons, the broken buttons, they don't have calories. Exactly. No calories whatsoever. Grace Austin says, did you see Kamari embroidered traveling library at to her piece? At the what? At the two of her piece? Yes, I've been watching. I think she literally just started 2 days ago of that piece, and she's already made a lot of progress. It's scary. So does that mean, Janine, you will stitch the same project for 4 days before you switch? You know, roughly. That is still very hard for me, I think. All right then. That was a nice break. Lovely chocolate, even though it's broken. Still delicious. Oh, Brittany is doing 36 count, full cross. With DMC, I presume. I don't know what you do differently, because even for 32 counts, I was struggling so much with full cross. I'm going to go back to my golden leaf here. Three hundred. It's a beautiful brown. So Frankie's watching the Super Bowl as well. Is it just one day Super Bowl, or It's in multiple days. So Janine's will stitch 4 days on the same project and then switch. That's very disciplined. I wouldn't be able to do that. Because, you know, even 1,000 stitches, it really depends. If you're stitching, you know, open area, the background, you can probably do it very quickly. But if it's confetti, 1,000, it will probably take me, oh, I don't know. I dread to think. Maybe I need 10 sessions to get it finished. Oh, this bit is a little bit tricky. Let me just do one stitch over here. Because with this method, technically, you do not want to create boxed in stitches. So it's part of the gameplay, really, and to see how you can stitch in the order that you do not create boxed in stitches. So can you see that? I'm about to break the rules because whichever stitch I do, I'm going to create a boxed in situation. So it happens sometimes, Okay, look away, Gemma. Look away, look away. Nothing to see here. Ooh, there's a boxed in stitch right there. I'm so sorry, Gemma. I'll do better next time. Okay. That one's done. And I'm switching to this one. So I'm going to cover the crime scene quickly, okay? Going in and bury this stitch. That is not supposed to happen, okay? Oh, quickly cover the crime scene. Candace, hello. It's been a little while. Welcome, Candace. Candace says, I've been watching the Olympics. Is it good so far? It's a winter Olympics. I don't watch TV, you see, so I have no idea what's going on. Lynn Rose says, I wish I could stitch more, but work 12 hours overnight makes it hard since I sleep for the whole day to recover. I bet. That's a long shift. 12 hours. And you definitely need some rest for sleep as well. But maybe you can just stitch for 5 stitches or something like that. So you feel like you've done something that you love doing. Heather says that the stitch wasn't fully boxed in. The bottom left corner is only 2 stitches in, not 3. That is true. That is true. But the corner was closed. Okay, so that's rule breaking. If you're Gemma, I say. For me, I just close my eyes and pretend it didn't happen. Thank you, Heather. That's so forgiving. Compassion for Yogi, okay? Yes, thank you so much. That makes me feel a little bit better. because that happened a few times because I'm not stitching in sort of strictly diagonal. So sometimes I create kind of a, an enclosed area like this area. And sometimes it happens. I do my best. And this one literally just one stitch. Lynn says, Yogi, the trouble is if you keep changing projects, you never finish. I saw Mr. Yogi would love, and I'm sure Mr. Yogi would love to see one of your lovely projects on the wall. No, not at all. I don't think he cares. And I'm not worrying about finishing. I think that's the whole point, Lynn. So if I'm enjoying this stitch I'm about to make today, that counts. That's all I need. And completion is a byproduct. Okay, so just like it happens when it happens. But if I'm not, enjoying every single stitch, what am I doing here? Seriously. Right, Lynn? Would you not agree? If I'm enjoying this piece, I don't want it to be done because I have to put it away. Three 852. 3852. Oh, that's right. Yes, Komari only does live most of the time. Occasionally she would put out like a video, but she's more like a streamer like me. So go under the live tab, okay? And that's where you're going to find her content mostly. Clara says, I did see her stitch the title on her piece. Oh, do you mean like using stitching as kind of a note? I saw the starting date. She actually back stitch the starting date, which is like a couple of days ago. And I think she stitched a couple of other things, maybe the title as well. I know, she's so clever, isn't she? She backstitched the title of the piece. And she put the starting date on the fabric, so you can never forget or lose it. Which I don't do, so I do not know the starting date for most of my projects. Okay, so this brown thread is part one stitch off. I'll move it when I get there. Okay then, so I can end this one, which is nice, end this thread. Sola says, I asked Gemma once if she's ever forced to have one of her stitches boxed in. She said yes, and she would never get anything done if she didn't. Yes, I'm pretty sure I probably seen at least one occasion, okay? One occasion the Gemma actually have, I think boxed in maybe, stitch. And I was quite relieved to see that. And it happens to her own method. And she survived the experience, okay? She's fine. She's okay. And this one, I think it should be part one stitch to the left. I'm going to just do that. Or maybe I'll do it when I come back. It's okay. Walkaway says, I have quite a few finishes, but don't choose to supersize anything at my age. But even full size is taking, some time to do, wouldn't you say? So the finished pieces, are they heaven and earth type of projects, like full size projects? If so, remarkable. See you later, Joyce. 99. Sola says, I started on 2nd of February 2020 for 4 seasons. So that's 6 years ago. All right, I'm going to end this one here. So Sola says, my piece is so confetti, sometimes no choice but to get boxed in. But Sola, are you stitching color flow or Gemma's method? 300. Lovely. Heather says, I recently hit 2% on traveling library, which is my first hate. Yes, my traveling library, I think is under 2% still, 1 point something. So you're doing really well. And this is your first one as well. Amazing. And let's come back over here. So this one, I think I'm gonna take this one from the top. 1, 2, 3. So this is like a strategy game in terms of how you use the part threads. So only 2 stitches here, then I can end this one. and just one stitch. Walkaway says I took the summer off from full coverage stitching and finished 4 vintage stamp samplers kits I bought on eBay. It was fun, but I'm happy to come home to counter cross stitch full coverage. Yes, you know, if you get bored of one type of stitching, just do something else and then come back whenever you're ready. And I think you will probably coming back loving full coverage even more, right? Because you took a break when you had to. Because I think kind of sometime last year, not last year, because we're 2026, the end of 2024, I think, I was pretty fed up with full crosses for some reason, kind of just 25 counts, 1/1. Kind of all my projects started to feel very similar. And so I went through a period that I didn't feel like stitching because, you know, you can swap sort of different projects, but if they're all kind of very similar way of stitching, you know, majority of my pieces will be 25 count, 1/1, and I'll be stitching maybe mini cross country at that point. So I was getting bored, and I'm glad that I actually decided to take a break, and I kind of embarked on 10 stitches because up to that point I felt this resistance to 10 stitches. I feel like I was cheating, you know, if I were to do 10 stitches. But I decided to go, well, do I want just not stitching at all, or I try something different? Let me just pop this one back, 938. And so I thought, well, I've got nothing to lose. So I decided to do a 10 stitch project, a mini one, because I thought, well, if I don't like it, this is a mini piece, right? 938. And I definitely did the right thing because I really enjoyed 10 stitches. And, you know, now it's just part of what I do now. You know, I've got a few pieces that I do 10 stitching. And because of that detour, I find this renewed love for full cross. You know, after taking kind of few months break, just doing 10 stitches and other types of projects. So it's definitely healthy that way. Needles keeps me busy, says, on Kamara's traveling library, did she repurpose the fabric and started it right next to the UFO stitches? I didn't understand her calculation she showed. I was looking at that as well, because if you go watch the very first stream, which is only a couple of days ago, she's only got 2 sessions on that piece. The first one, yes, I think you're right. I was trying to figure out what that blob was, because she had when she started the piece brand new from the first stitch, she already have like a blob on the side, very similar in color group, isn't it? Needles, kind of brown and black as well. And I thought that was part of traveling library, but then she started to kind of stitch one block away, and I actually had to go back and check on my chart. She's stitching supersized, but I thought, well, it probably looks, you know, the markup is still the same. So I had to check, and I realized whatever happened there before, I don't know when that happened, but only a tiny blob, maybe 2 blocks or 3 blocks worth of stitching. Maybe she was stitching something else, I don't know. And she decided to use the same fabric, but right next to it. For me, if it was me, I would definitely frog all the stitches before I start, because I'm going to feel like there's something, you know, there that's not perfect. And she doesn't care. She's a badass. And, you know, she just moves slightly away and starts stitching. Maybe at some point she's going to go back and remove it. I don't know. But yes, I think you're right, quite right. So I don't know, was this kind of UFO'd, or maybe she had a false start or something of some other projects. Look, my golden leaf is here. Let me see if I can come back to this one. Hey, Anna Cruz says, hi everyone. Curious, has anyone stitched a dimensions on 40 count fabric 1/2? Oh, so it works out 20 count without using the multiple strands except on the half cross. Let me just bring this on the screen so you can see it. So Anna's asking whether anyone has stitched dimensions 40 counts. I don't know they ever give you fabric like that. Do you mean using your own fabric, 40 counts fabric, but do 1/2? So essentially you do 20 counts without using the multiple strands, except for a heart cross with 2 strands. Depends on the charts, because my charts with Maggie, all the 10 stitches so far has been 3 strands. And do you mean with the full cross, you're looking to do single strand? Is that what you're doing? It really depending on the chart. What do you think, guys? I think for Maggie, for instance, because there are 3 strand tent as well, if you move up to 20 counts, I suppose you can get away with 2 strand with tent. And are you saying for remaining full crosses, you're looking to do 1/1? I think the coverage should be fine for 20 counts, maybe slightly sparse. But I don't think it would be terrible. It's a very good question. You can do a test, can't you, Anna? You can test on 20 counts and see if you like the result. Oh, but hang on. Yes, 20 counts. Yes. So, but the thing is though, unless it's fully, you know, it's partially covered pieces, you know, there's no reason to go double the stitch count, because you can't really see the fabric anyway. So it might be easier just to use 20 count fabric. Unless the fabric is showing through, then maybe you prefer smaller count, higher stitch counts. Okay, so this one, just one single stitch, 780, 780. What can we say is I always use the kit fabric with dimensions. Yes. I mean, this time around, stitching Maggie, I'm using my own fabric, but I'm using the fabric the kit is calling for. So this one is literally, I think, just one stitch. Yes, just one stitch. Oh, that's a very good point. Needle says dimensions, there are also blended threads. Yes, so that's something you need to bear in mind if you want to do a single strand. It still can be done with a single strand full cross with blended colors because you can do one leg with one color. But that's provided if you're happy doing that. Three, 3, 7, 1. Nikki says there's some who will only do 2 strands on dimensions no matter what. Right, so you're talking about like 3-strand tent, etc. They will only do 2 strands. But to be honest, because I did the first few 10 stitches with 2 strands by mistake, and comparing to 3 strands, they're not vastly different. I mean, slightly fuller with 3 strands, obviously. But you can get away with it if that's, if you're happier doing 2-strand. And also they're back stitching as well. So if you do 20 count, I think it's not too bad. I think 20 count, you can still do back stitching. Maybe higher than that, it probably gets a little bit tricky because you just, you have a much less space to do your back stitching. It's going to look quite crumbed. Yes, I think if it's a full coverage, and I think 40 count or 20 count might make things a little bit simpler. But then again, you need to think about the blend colors and also back stitching as well. And to be honest, I think the way dimensions charts, the way that they do their chart, you don't need to go up the stitch count that much to make it look good. I don't think it necessarily look better with smaller stitches because, I think the way they chart it is to design to add a lot more details with different types of stitches. It's not just relying on the cross stitching itself, if you know what I mean. Cross stitches. This one is 300. So this one, I did a really ugly tuck in there, but it doesn't matter. I'm going to just do the stitches around it, and you will be fine. 300. Solar says kids don't fit my project budget, but I'm making exception for chatelaine. Yes, I only learned about chatelaine very recently from Nikki or someone else. I didn't even know the genre existed. But solar, that's perfectly, you made a great point because when we talk about whether something's worth it or fit in our budget, ultimately it's about how much you want it, right? If you really, really want something, you will find ways to make it happen. And that's worth it for you, isn't it? So here we go. So with this one stitch here. See you later, Frankie. Great to have you. I'll see you soon. Barbara says I only use one thread when stitching 40 count linen. Coverage is excellent. So Barbara, are you doing 1/1 for 40 then? Or 1/2? Because 1/2 essentially 20 counts with one. I think linen. Yes, 20 count is interesting. 20 count, it depends. I think you can probably do single strand and still be fine. Probably depends on the charts as well. Two. Jeannie says chatelaine kids have beads. I've never done beads and don't know how. I've never done it either, but I've seen some pieces posted on our group, the chatelaine pieces. It looks far too intricate for me to contemplate doing them. It's a lot going on there. It's very very grown up. Very grown up. Very pretty. Barbara says the dimensions kids count on all those different threads and variation to make the finished process. Exactly. It's not relying on just the cross stitches to compose the image. It's part of what it is, but it's a combination of different stitches. And I think, it's kind of a product, a beautiful product, but it's kind of product that was, it was done this way because, just think about the fact I only realized my chart, Maggie, has been around for nearly 30 years because there's stitches out there saying that they've done this piece back in the 90s. So if you think about it, back in the 90s, they probably didn't have software like today for Heaven and Earth or other chart companies. They can just maybe hit a button and put in an image in, and it just spit out, a really lovely charted chart and captures a lot of images. So back in the 90s, maybe companies like Dimensions, they have to be very resourceful and maybe put in a lot of work into how they chart each piece. And that's why they really are timeless. It's still very popular now. Now I look at it, it's still beautiful because there's just so much thought into how to interpret the artwork. So it's a very, very different kind of chart. 310. Because I saw someone posting a chart of the same piece, but based on the original artwork, I think. So it captures a lot of details that I didn't even know existed with that piece. But to be honest, I still much prefer the dimension approach because it's different. It's very different. So more is not always better. Solowin says, Chatelaine also have silks, treasure braids, and crystals as well. Wow. They're so lovely. Yes, they look very, very unusual. They look very pretty. They look almost like, I don't know. I can't explain. It's way too sophisticated for me at this point. Because as soon as I say, I'll never do something, lo and behold, that's the next thing I do. Never say never. Nikki says, Yogi, it would be fun to see you stitch new type of things like the black work you started. Yes, I'm still working on it. We should do another session soon with the members, because we have our members black work workshop that we've done twice so far. And you're welcome, guys, if you're not a member already, welcome to join us. So, with the members stitching party, we try to do, try out different things. So different from our day-to-day full coverage. 400. So come join us. Yes, Nikki, I've been working on the black work. Have you been working on yours? I find it so relaxing though, because with the black work, I'm using 310, one color only. So sometimes when I'm, in between classes, just pop in and only have like an hour or 2 hours between classes, and I'll just, do a little bit of a black work because I don't have to set up anything. I just bring out some 310 threads and off I go. It's just a different type of stitching. Yes, and Nikki, one step at a time. I think chatelaine for me is a little bit too scary right now. But next thing, Nikki, I would like to try something with beads. Maybe one of the Mill Hill ones, right? Yes, I'm very open-minded with different types of projects. Oh my God, Nikki, you just mentioned a few things I don't even know what they mean. Nikki says all type of stitches. Algerian rice. That's the type of stitching. Rice stitching, not calamari stitching, Nikki, and so on and so forth. Nikki, it's like every single type of stitching, Nikki has done. Like you can just throw something out, and Nikki will go, "Hey, look at what I've done earlier." But I'm very excited. It makes it very interesting because, I went from stitching some dimensions kits to this type of stitching. And then through the process, just very recently, I discovered black work. Never ever heard of it. Never in my life, even though I've been dabbling with stitching for a long time. So God knows, there'll be a whole bunch of things I've never heard of and never done. So I'm very, very excited to discover more. Ooh, here's a whole bunch of 939, which is very dark. That's quite nice. I can do a little bit of 939 stitching. 939. Lona says, Yogi, still just one stitch at a time exactly, Lona. That's the whole thing. I know, yes. Ultimately, it's all one stitch at a time, so nothing to be afraid of, right? Whatever it is. I'm still a little bit scared looking at Châtelet. Where am I? Here. So from this point on, there are quite a few of these dark stitches. So yes, Sola says Marina has Jessica stitches, maybe as well as calamari stitches. Yes, calamari stitches pioneered by our Nikki here, okay? The OG of calamari stitching. You have the title, Nikki. Okay. No calamari. Yes, you tell Nikki, okay, Sola. Samantha says, I watched a few videos about specialty stitches for chatelaine. They look like fun but intense. Yes, the whole piece, the whole composition of the, the artwork. Because for samplers, it's kind of, my mind can interpret it. And even black work, I understand, is all just line work, right? But chatelaine is just a little bit mind bending. I don't know how to interpret it in my mind. Kind of like, what am I doing here? What is this? You know what I mean? Lona says, I love Algerian stitches. I don't know what it is. And rice stitching, hello? How about noodles? Do we have noodle stitching? And of course, I am not going to bring on the P word today, okay? I have done so in the last few sessions. Just, for some reason, I just mentioned the word pineapple for no reason. I am not going to do it tonight. I am not going to say the word pineapple under any circumstances, okay? We have standards here. No pineapples. Heather says, I think calamari stitch would be some sort of A-pointed star stitch. I bet it's already out there. Calamari stitching. You mean like starfish? Oh, did I just do that already, Lona? Oh no, I did it again. Oh, seriously. I promised myself never to say the word pineapple. But there you go, I did it again. So Solar is talking, referring to the chatelaine piece. Solar says, I brought the instruction and it wasn't so bad. If I can understand it, anyone can. One step at a time. Maybe I'll start with noodle stitching or rice stitching, whatever it is. One step at a time. Oh no, busy mom, you just have to do this. There's no need for this kind of behavior. Look at what busy mom has done. Seriously, saying the P word is one thing, but bring on so many pineapples. It's quite another. Oh, the chat is getting unruly again. Nikki, yes, Nikki, I saw that. Oh, guys, this is what I have to put up with, okay? Nikki says I posted pineapple and pizza hill meal kids on Facebook. Yes, I pretended I didn't see that, okay, Nikki? I did see it. I did see it. It does exist, you know. Pineapple stitching is real. See you later, Janine. Have a lovely day. Oh, Lona, stop counting. Did I say it 4 times? Oh, I thought I only said pineapple. I thought I only said pineapple once. It turned out to be 4 times. Yes, Grace. Yes, pineapple pizza has entered the chat again. I know. Oh, here we go. Was alone I can count to 8. That's amazing. Oh, Nikki says there's Algerian stitches in the 101 alphabet. I have no idea. I just know it's got kind of a combination of different stitches, but I have no idea what they were. Algerian, what does that look like? Lona, stop counting. You're gonna run out of fingers. You know, 9 is very close to 10. Susan. All right, Susan says, all you need now is a bowl lady with a pineapple on her head. Nikki, now is you know, start Googling, okay? Google bowl lady with pineapple on her head, cross stitch pattern, full coverage. Here you go. I bet it's out there. And if not, just tell ChatGPT to create one for you. All right. Oh dear. I thought we were doing so well with the chat, you know. It's all educational and everything. We're talking about different stitching styles, and before we know it, it has deteriorated again. Nikki, are you sure you cannot resist bowl ladies, you know, with pineapples? Maybe how about Nikki? How about bowl lady with an avocado on the head? You would like that one. You know, a bowl lady with a pineapple on her head and holding a giant avocado. How's that? Oh, that sounds epic. If it's not charted already, please, someone, please make that happen for Nikki. So maybe Nikki can take that piece to go on a cruise, you know? Pineapple and avocado stitching and calamari all in one. It sounds like a dish. Sounds like some sort of tropical salad. Yes, I'm fully aware, Lona, you do not need calculators to count. I know you can count, all right. I get it, I get it. Stop showing off. And Heather says Algerian eyelets are diamond stitches with central hole. So imagine 4x4 grid of stitches where every single stitch starts in the center hole and ends along the edges. Oh, so it's basically like a daisy. Not daisy, but you know, like a outward sort of lines pointing outwards, like not well, cannot imagine, cannot describe it, but I think I get an idea. So 4x4 grid, and you basically come out from the center and then go outwards. Okay, so that's Algerian. So it looks like a flower, like a, you know what I mean. Lona, I have not said pineapple for a little bit. Oh yeah, maybe I did. Once you start, you can't stop. It's like Pringles. Heather says originally it was worked as a poured stitch, which is why it was called eyelet. So is eyelet the same as Algerian? Oh, right. So it's like, I'm not sure I've done a stitch like that. Because I dabble a little bit of general kind of embroidery thingy, I know satin stitch, for instance. I know crouching a little bit vaguely, and a few other, probably more common ones. I have not come across Algerian or eyelets. Nikki, yes, Nikki, of course. The hand that's holding the avocado has to be giant because the avocado is really, really big. Okay, we're talking about ginormous size avocado, so naturally the hand has to be really big too. Okay, that sounds like a dream chart for Nikki. Ah, that sounds lovely. So it's like a flower. So eyelet and Algerian, they're the same thing. Oh, I'm learning so much every day. Yes, Lona, did you watch the stream yesterday? And the picture on the Facebook group is a giant avocado and a beautiful hand holding the avocado, okay? Beautiful hand that is not too large, just perfect size for the avocado. And that's Nikki's hand, okay? Just perfect. One, two, three, four. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. There. That's nice. Literally just block stitching with this color. I can keep going actually. There's a little bit more. Why not? 939. Hey, Dolly. Hello, Dolly. Hang on. Dolly time, guys. Whoops. Here we go. Babe, how are you doing? Come over here. Honey. How are you today? You have anything to say? To Stitches today through the chat. Come on then. Here we go. Profound messages today with a purr. Oh, babe. Well, there you go. The message from Dolly today. Stitch calamari and avocado, but don't overdo it, okay? Everything is just, needs to be in perfect balance. The wisdom of Dolly. Here you go. Oh. Now Dolly knows she's a internet sensation, Sometimes she's being a little bit of a diva. But she's graced her presence for our stream today, okay? She's so loud. I know she is. Sometimes I'm streaming here and she's, like now, she's literally just lounging behind me. I can hear it. I can hear it. I know. It's hard work being being Dolly, isn't it? It's just like so adored by everybody. It's too much. Nice, 939. So I'm going to take one more strand of this really dark color here. Let's start here actually. Sola says, Yogi, does Dolly purr in her sleep? Do cats purr in their sleep? Yes, she does. I mean, it really depends on, because sometimes she would look like she's sleeping, but is she fully sleeping, asleep? I'm not quite sure, but she would, kind of have her eyes closed and like she's sleeping and she would purr. But sometimes when she's deeply asleep, she doesn't. So I think they probably have different levels of, restfulness. But it's quite, quite common that she would look like she's asleep, and I can hear her purring from a distance. There's literally a whole blob of this color, which is quite nice. This is going to boost my stitch count a little bit, you know. I think today has been relatively confetti free. You know, I've done this golden leaf over here, but it's not too bad. It's not too confetti. Barbara says chatty bee. I presume that's one of your cats. Barbara says chatty bee has the quietest little snore when she slept. Yes, every cat is different. And I'm trying to think if I have come across cats that don't purr. Some cats don't purr as much, but I think every one of them probably do at some point. But Dolly purrs a lot, a lot. That's quite a name, Solar. Ringtail lemurs. Purr as well. Is that the name of your cat? But I've had cats in the past. I have adopted a couple of kind of stray cats, feral cats. They came to my garden, my patio, and just became my cats. And there are a couple of them actually do not meow. And at least one of them, initially, I thought she wouldn't meow for some reason. And then later on, for some reason, she started meowing. Almost like trying to practice meowing. It's really interesting because some cats they're not very vocal, and some cats talk a lot. Like Lily. Lily's very vocal. You can't keep her quiet. It's just so different, so diverse. Oh, it's a species. I think big cats purr as well, don't they? Tigers and lions. Do they not purr? Essentially, they're cats. They're just bigger. Yes, Barbara, all cats are different. Some of them have very loud purr and some of them don't. Almost like they don't purr. And I think I just saw our on our group there's somebody, I can't remember the name. I think maybe Rachel adopted a new dog, a little doggy. So cute. I mean, over here in London, I've never come across stray dogs because dogs, for some reason, they're more controlled. So every dog has an owner somehow, unless they get lost. You don't ever see stray dogs, but there are stray cats. Lona says big cats purr. Yes, because if you watch their behavior, sometimes I watch like, YouTube clips or whatever of big cats, wild cats. They behave like cats. They behave like house cats, really. They just look different, have just bigger. But ultimately, they just roll around and kind of just play like house cats. Lynn says, so Yogi, are we not going to reach Squirrel today? Can't wait to reach him. I know. I don't think we're that far away. I think the squirrel, the tail, is around here. Literally. But not quite yet, Lynn. We need to be patient because it's going to be glorious once we get there. And I'm patient, I'm waiting for that brown stitch appearing around here. I don't think it's that far away. I know, I want to get to the squirrel as well, but I'm enjoying the process, getting there, Sola says in London, stray dogs probably get picked up by animal control. Stray cats are much more difficult. Yes, I think with dogs, it's a lot more controlled. I don't think I ever seen a stray dog anywhere. Betty says, I couldn't trust the cat that didn't purr. Yes, I wonder why some cats don't purr. I think maybe feral cats, because the trust level is probably a little bit lower with people. So it takes a lot more to get them to feel comfortable purring, because I think purring is a sign of happiness. Like they purr when they're injured or in discomfort as well, but that's different. But most of the time they purr because they feel, they are comfortable, they trust being in their environment. And some stray cats, if you adopt feral cats, they're not used to purring, I think, because their life probably involves a lot more survival kind of situation. They probably never feel safe. So it takes a long time for them to learn. They have to learn to purr. Oh, Lona. So Lona, you were stitching the Sanctuary of Stitching, the Amy Stewart Sal piece. And the wooden floor is amazing. Really, Lona? You enjoy stitching the floor? Yes, I think when I look at that piece, if you've seen that mock-up before, if you're not stitching that piece, there's a lot of wooden flooring. To be honest, I was slightly scared of that flooring, and then beige wall at the back as well. But Lona is loving it. Sola says, I heard the stray cats don't purr around other cats, only around people. I presume, I think it's about how much they trust, they're comfortable about their environment. From my experience, I had a couple of stray cats that I adopted. It took them a while to start purring, because if you're not feeling safe, you probably do not purr. So you have to kind of build their trust and make them feel safe. So Lona's enjoying floor stitching, wooden floor stitching. Better you than me, Lona. I'm a little bit scared of that floor. Lynn says, Yogi, my guinea pigs squeak when they see me, and also they hear the fridge door opening. Very intelligent little animals. Yes, guinea pigs, I bet. You know, hamsters and everything. Because my squirrel friends, they're so clever. The captain of them all, the boss squirrel, he would come in every day. I think it's a he. I actually do not know whether it's a boy or girl. I just presume it's a boy. And he would come in, and because they all look identical, I have to confess, I have probably about 3 or 4 squirrels in my neighborhood that come to see me for nuts every day. But I only recognize maybe 1 or 2, because the other one looked a little bit different as well. But majority of them, they look very similar size, similar face. And but I know when the boss comes in, because he knows how to open my Tupperware. I put my nuts in a plastic Tupperware. It's quite big, and you know, the boss squirrel, he will come in. He's very much in control, in command, and he will come in, and I'll put the Tupperware on a kitchen countertop, and he will come in. He knows exactly how to open it. He will pry the side open, and I'll help him with other sides. And it's a teamwork, you see. So I know who it is when it does it, because no other squirrel, the other ones don't know how to do it. And so yes, he will come in and he will open the Tupperware box himself, and he will get his nuts. Very, very clever, very clever. All right, let me pick, maybe do a couple more colors. Sola says, I heard the purring is a kitten thing. The cat reverts back to kittenhood. Yes, it's about feeling comforted, feeling like a kitten. Yes, I think there's something like that. Is when, you know, they feel like a baby again, when they feel safe, you see. I mean, human is a little bit like that as well. When we're happy, we're in a fetal position like a baby, and we're happy, right? When we're in a comfortable position, we're less guarded, you know. And I think cats are like that as well. So Solar, you haven't got cats. Oh, yes. I think you should get one. Precisely for that reason. And here we go. A23. Let me zoom in a little bit more so you can see what I'm doing. Lona says, Yogi, you taught me it's just one stitch at a time. Slow down and enjoy the process. Oh, Lona, you've been taking notes, Lona. Well done, model stitcher. And you were a model stitcher. And yes, indeed. And I need to remind myself that constantly. But still, you know, even though it's one stitch at a time, there's still patterns that I'm more drawn to than others. I think it's perfectly normal, right? And Lona is drawn to the wooden floor. And so you enjoy that. Let me see if I can come down here and do a few more stitches. I think 1, 2, 3. Gray says he comes into your house. Are you referring to my squirrels? Yes. So I have my kitchen window open. So the squirrels will come and knock on my windows. Seriously. The boss squirrels, he would just, you know, jump on the window. Sometimes I can spot him outside on a tree and he will see me and I'll wave to my little squirrel and we meet at the kitchen area. They know instantly if they see me anywhere in the house, we make eye contact. I wave to them and the boss squirrel would run to the kitchen and come up from the window and I open the window, he comes in and we open the Tupperware box together. It's teamwork. That's our drill. And he gets some nuts and he's very happy. And the other day, I tried to offer a little bit of banana and apple. And you all know what happens. If you heard my cucumber story, okay? Because I thought maybe they need a little bit of fresh fruits and stuff. You know? And I thought bananas and apples maybe slightly better than cucumbers. Oh, they wouldn't have it. They're going, hey, give us nuts or nothing, okay? These squirrels are very high maintenance. They don't kid around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Heather says, I just read something about cats purring, and it seems like it's a bit like human humming. Sometimes we do it when we're happy, and sometimes when we're stressed, to self-soothing. Yes, I think it's something to do about feeling, you know, either comfortable or if they're in discomfort, and they will purr as well. And I think through purring, I think that it's one of their ways to kind of heal themselves. Because purring is quite healing, even for a human to listen to. Lynn says, Yogi, I'm happy when I got my crackers and cheese. So pickles heaven. Yes, Lynn, you should try. You know, my Marmite and banana combo, okay? Try it. No one has had the courage to try it. It's delicious. So Marmite on top of rice cakes and slices of bananas. Okay? There, the recipe is yours. Okay, trying to catch up with the stitches here. Sola says, I'm happy when I have cheese and wine. There you go. Lola says, I'm even starting to enjoy confetti. Well, you know, there are times that I actually crave for confetti, really. Because normally, if you have the patience to do confetti, that's the window you need to catch, you know. And with confetti, very often comes with a lot of details. So it's rewarding, isn't it? But not all the time. Sometimes, like now, I just want to, you know, go easy slightly and just stitch the ones that's got more stitches at a time. But sometimes I crave for a lot of color changes. Nikki says, Yogi had a fox in her house. I know, I don't have a fox. Do you, Nikki? But we have foxes, you know, foxes out here. And once, quite a few years ago, I had a baby fox came inside through the cat flap. I think, you know, it was hungry and it was trying to steal cat food. And it got trapped behind the blinds. It got caught there, so I had to very carefully to direct him to go outside. It took a little bit of effort because, you know, when animals are panicking, they're not thinking straight. You can open a window or a door and they still don't know what to do. Barbara is still feeling very bitter about the car wiring. Barbara says next time, try car wiring. Yeah, I have no idea they're made of soy. Maybe try a different kind of wiring, you know. So your squirrel, or maybe just give the squirrels some food. So they have no interest in eating your car. That's not a normal diet for squirrels. Susan says, was the banana on top of Marmite and rice cake? Yes. So you take a rice cake and spread some Marmite, but not too much, you know, because Marmite is very powerful, very potent. So just a thin, very thin spread of Marmite on top of rice cake and slice the bananas and just place them on top. Oh, delicious. Susan, give it a go. Give it a go. Imagine, you know, squirrel just eating cars as snacks. Heather, you need to try it. Marmite, banana, and rice cakes. Oh, great combo. Because rice cakes is quite light, isn't it? The texture and quite crunchy. And banana is very savory. Not banana. Marmite is very savory and quite intense. And banana is kind of creamy and mildly sweet as well. Oh, give it a go. So there we go. What are Marmites? Marmite is a kind of a spread, savory spread. I think it's a byproduct of beer brewing. I think that's how it came about. Maybe it's a British thing. I think Australia, they have very similar things called Vegemite. But I think Marmite is better. Marmite is stronger. And so it's very yeasty, kind of savory taste. Very delicious. I love it. Ah, Heather says Marmite is a product of digestion of yeast. It's very yeasty, yes. but it's from sort of beer production, kind of. They probably discovered it somewhere along the way. And it's used for spread on top of toast and stuff like that. Some people use it as soup stock. You know, I've seen people using it, adding it in sort of stews and stuff, because it's got really kind of intense umami, you know, kind of deliciousness. Grace says, does Marmite taste like prune jam? No, it's savory. Savory. So it's salty, very strong. But it's not just saltiness. It's very kind of yeasty, slightly alcoholic. No, it's not alcoholic, but it's got that sort of hint of, I can't describe. Yes, it's salty. So very little goes a long way. Do not overdo it. There you go. To look around your local shops, maybe they do it, you know, give it a try. It's delicious. 820, 820. And 820 might be my last number. It's 20 past 12. 820. A20 is a blue. I think they must have it in America somewhere. Maybe you have to look for some sort of British shops or something if you have them. Lynn says, Yogi, I bet calamari has spinach. What do you mean? Calamari? Do you mean calamari eating spinach? I have no idea. I don't know. Calamari, what do they eat? Squid and octopus. They probably do eat bits and pieces from their environment. Okay, I'm going to just do a few more stitches with this color here. Clara says, is it as salty as salt and vinegar chips? Oh, it's very different. Salt and vinegar chips, I mean crisps. Yes, it's kind of savory and vinegary, right? But it's very hard to describe. Maybe Susan can describe it. It's very intense, savory, but it's got a kind of very unusual, kind of yeasty deliciousness. I can't describe. And it's very good to use as the stock, like soup base as well, just a little bit. It just makes everything taste more depth and richer as well. So it's not pure saltiness. It's got a lot of a lot going on there with the flavor. So you can get it from in America. Heather says marmite was mostly used by British and Australia during the 2 World Wars to combat vitamin deficiency, as well as serve as an alternative protein source. Wow, really? I didn't know that. So I know it's been around for a while, and I love the fact that they never changed the packaging. It's very iconic. The Marmite jar, it's part of, you know, part of the history. But I didn't know it was so high in protein, but you can't have a lot of it though. It's not something that you can have, you know, huge quantity. If I get a jar, it lasts between me and my partner for a long time. We're talking months and months. Oh, really? Heather, do you think liking Marmite is kind of a patriotic thing? Oh, I think people just like it because it's delicious. But I think, I suppose, back in, those days, post-World War and stuff like that, probably, protein was, was a challenge to get more protein, isn't it? Because it's so expensive, I presume. So anything that can replace it and, boost the protein intake is probably a good thing. And it's really interesting because when I was working for sort of corporations, I had to go on business trips. And I remember going to Switzerland for one trip for a project. And the boss, local boss over there, took us because she was being really nice. She realized I was vegan, and she took everybody, those poor, my poor co-workers. They had to, have the vegan meal because the boss decided, Yogi is vegan. Let's go for a vegan meal, everybody. And so she took us to a restaurant in Switzerland. Where was that? Where's the capital? See, I almost escaped me. And that vegan place apparently was the first vegan restaurant in the whole world, the first in the world, and it was. I try to remember when it was open. We're talking about decades ago, maybe post World War II or something. And the reason they opened a vegan restaurant, not because of animal welfare and that kind of stuff that people think about nowadays. They did it because vegetables, plant-based food, they were cheaper, much cheaper. So they did that out of practicality. And they, just by accident created the first vegan restaurant in the world. And it's in Switzerland. I can't remember the name now. You can probably Google it. And in Zurich, that's where I was. Susan said, kind of beefy. Is it beefy? I can't remember what beef tastes like now. It's been too long. But maybe. It's very deep flavor. It's got depth to it. It's not just pure savory or any way that you can describe it. Grace, you have to give it a go. You have to trust Yogi, okay? Oh, passion for stamping says, is Marmite like Bovril? Yes, maybe that's a little bit. Maybe that's why Susan says beefy. But even though it's plant-based, there's no animal products in there. But a little bit like that. I think Bovril is kind of a beef stock thingy, concentrated beef stock. Yes. Oh, yes. Heather is saying the same thing. Yes, but Bovril is animal-based. That's right. It's got that feel to it, yes, but not quite the same. It's very yeasty. I think the best thing is just go out and get a jar, guys, and report back. If you don't like it, just send yours to me. I'll eat it for you. All right, then. I think I'm going to park it here. So this would be my last stitch here. I think I'm doing pretty well today. Look, let me zoom out a little bit. Okay, let me show you what's happening here. So no squirrel yet, okay? No squirrel just yet with this piece. I'm patient, but just look at my progress, okay? Lona says, Yogi, why did you decide to be vegan? It's kind of a gradual process, actually. I was brought up just to eat whatever it is, okay? So, you know, fairly typical. And I think, when was that? Maybe back in 2011-ish. And a couple of years before that, I decided to go vegetarian. It's kind of a long process. It's not an overnight decision, because sometimes you have an idea in you, and you're not ready for it just yet, right? And I wasn't, when I kind of, you know, thinking that I would like to go vegetarian, I wasn't thinking about being a vegan at that time, one step at a time. And I had that idea in my mind, and I waited and waited, you know, because I always thought, you know, I really love seafood, and I would never be able to be vegetarian. But I kind of just left it. And until one morning, I just woke up and I went, you know, I think I'm going vegetarian. And that was it. And the reason being, obviously, it's relating to animals, okay? So it's a very personal decision. It's not for everybody. I just feel like, you know, I love cats and dogs, I love animals, but I was questioning myself why I was okay to turn around and eat some chicken, you know, and some fish. And I know we're conditioned to eat those food, and I was as well. But it started to create kind of inner conflict in me. And again, it's a very personal journey. And so I had the idea in my head, but couldn't do it then, until one day I just decided, oh, today's the day. And when I became vegetarian, I was vegetarian for about 2 or 3 years before I went vegan. And same thing, I thought I could never be vegan because I love cheese and eggs as well. But I just let it kind of just sit there without forcing it. I wasn't trying to do anything. And then one morning, maybe 2011 sometime, I woke up one morning and go, well, I'm going vegan today. And that was it. Really, it was nothing too complicated. And I think I just planted a seed in my mind, and I just let it happen. And, you know, that was it. So, and passion for stamping says, do you spread it on the bread? If you're talking about mama, yes, definitely, yes. On piece of toast, probably most popular. Yes. So Sola says no cheese. That would be hard for me. Yes, if that's what you're thinking, then yes, just leave it. You don't have to be a vegan, or you don't have to be a vegetarian to be a very good person. It's just you have to live in a way that you know, feels like you. And I felt like that's where where I wanted to go, and that was it. So it's a very, very personal thing. I'll never impose it on anybody. So there you go. Yes, a cheese is lovely. Occasionally, you know, because my partner is actually vegetarian. He's more vegetarian, even though he eats vegan with me most of the time. So occasionally, if he has a piece of cheese and I feel like it, I have a piece of cheese. You know, so you know, I'm not sort of like, it's not black and white. Even though I don't go over to meat, which I don't, but that's just me. You know, you do you. Okay, so this is where I am today. I want to show you. So today mostly, I think I was around here today. So I did fair bit. This whole bit was done today. And a little bit below here as well. I have not come down for the tree because it's a little bit more confetti. And today, Sunday evening, I just want something that's, you know, nice and easy, and just fill in the background a little bit. And I think the squirrel is roughly around here. So I'm not too far away. So one stitch at a time, you know. And so I'm very, very happy. So I'm going to share my stitch count with you, okay? Are you ready? Here we go. First of all, let me just flash this mock-up to you. Oh, you know, the sale, heaven and earth sale is still going on, guys. Go grab it if you like it. Okay, and here's my app here. And I am going to count down to 3, 2, 1. Okay, and I'm going to, oh, Lindsay's 258. Who knows? Because today I've done quite a lot of, single color stitches. Okay, I'm going to count down to 3, 2. This is a yoga class here. 1. Here we go. Oh, no, not that far off, Lynn. Yes, not bad at all. Yes, Samantha 263. This is like, guess my stitches all over again. Here we go. The grand total of the stitches Yogi has done today is, drum roll, 229, guys. Yeah, very good. Well done, Yogi. And not bad, not bad. Because, you know, this way of stitching, sometimes it takes a little bit more time because it's very methodical. But today I managed to do quite a few stitches. They're kind of, you know, not quite block stitching, but a lot of same colors. So I probably got away with a few more stitches than I would have. So yes, I'm very pleased with it. And, you know, the Supersized is absolutely beautiful. It captures a lot more details for sure. And so it's 38 minutes past midnight in the UK, in sleepy London town. And Yogi is going to sign out. Okay, send Yogi some love and Dolly and nighty-night, please, and send me to bed. And whoever is still in Europe, still awake, and in the UK as well, Susan is still awake here. Yes, and I'll see you tomorrow. It's Monday tomorrow, and we're back here, and for a spot of stitching together, and enjoy the rest of the day and a night. And I'll see you tomorrow. Night night, everyone. Nighty night. Bye bye. Love you all.